Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trek Canon. So, today is part one of a video that's kind of near and dear to my heart that I've always wanted to do. Okay, and it is Borg versus the Dominion. Now, the thing about why this is three parts is that what I didn't want to do is simply go into pitting one side against the other. And the reason that I didn't want to do that is because I don't think it would be an accurate representation of just the type of people that the Borg is and the type of species that the Dominion is. So I wanted to separate it, like I said, into three videos. The first video focusing on the Borg, the second video focusing on the Dominion, and then the third video pitting both of those species against each other. Okay, so let me take my captain's seat here, because like I said, this is a video that's near and dear to my heart. Now, first, let's get into the Borg. Now, a lot of people separate the Borg into three particular versions of themselves, I should say. One being the version from the movie First Contact, one being the version from the Next Generation series, and one being the version from the Voyager series. Now, there are differences between those particular versions, and there are reasons for that. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you the reason for the way the Borg are depicted in Voyager is simply because, and there's no other reason to justify this. The only reason is so the Voyager could get home. That was it. That's the only reason. That is the only reason that the Borg were made that way, made the decisions that they made, and things like that during the Borg's run in Voyager, simply because they needed Voyager to get home. And I would say reality, but if the Borg were true to what they were, Voyager would never have gotten home. All right, their first encounter would have ended horribly. So let's talk about the Borg. The Borg as a species. The Borg are 8,471 species diverse, I should say. Okay, I would say strong, but diverse. What do I mean by that? The Borg are a collective. They're a collective group of technological, biological individuals that are connected into a hive mind. So, I need you guys to understand just what that means. Okay, a lot of people don't grasp the enormity and terror of that. So, think about how much information the humans on Earth have accumulated since the time we've been accumulating information. All right. All the information that's on the internet, all the information Google has, anything you need to know about our species, we can find on Google. All right. So that's our species. Okay. The Borg have assimilated up until species 8472, 8,471 entire species. All right. So that's not only one Earth, that's 8,470 more Earths. Okay. Not just Earths. They assimilated solar systems that species had inhabited. All right. Entire systems of a species. So, but Trek Canon, what does that mean? What do you mean, the enormity of that? We know that. This is their culture. This is their dreams, their goals, their ideas, their tactics, their economics, the knowledge of their technology, the knowledge of their biology. All right, any types of concepts and ideas that they had as a species, all of this information is now assimilated into the Borg collective conscious. Okay, now How much do you know as the typical citizen about your world, about your police, about your military, about its rank structure, about where the important buildings are, about our nuclear capabilities, about the types of planes we have, about our commercial systems, about our communication systems, all right? About our land, about each other, all right? Think of how much information you have just as a citizen in your world. Now, citizens weren't going against the Borg when the Borg was assimilating these people. The first people that they sent out to fight the Borg would have been the military, their best, their scientists, people who know far more about your culture and civilization and its capabilities and weaknesses than you as a citizen would. All right? This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Borg intelligence. Now, that being said, the Borg, each individual Borg in the entire collective has instant access to the entirety of 8,471 species. That is trillions upon trillions of different ideas, thoughts, tactics. All right? Leadership principles, warfare, engagement, retreats. Okay? Think of that. Now, even more so, the distance that the Borg are in between each other is irrelevant as far as communication goes, because their neural net functions through a subspace type of in a subspace type of way. So they have almost instant access to any changes, any new information, any new knowledge, any new assimilation, almost instantly. Now, let's go into something a little bit more more terrifying about that. Now, the Queen was introduced in the movie First Contact, okay, which is my second favorite Star Trek movie. Now, the Queen is an avatar of the collective. Don't you know how you sit and you make your avatar in a game? The avatar dies as many times as it wants to and you respawn it. That's the Queen. So if the Queen dies here in this particular time on this particular ship, okay, the essence, like she said, of the collective remains. The essence of what she is remains. The Queen, just like any queen of any type of collective society, bees, ants, she has different attributes. Attributes that set her aside tremendously from the drones, those she ruled. The Queen has access instantly to she is that information. Think of how smart the Queen is. Which is why I say, there is no way in the world Voyager would have made it home once the Queen or the collective knew that she was there. Okay? None. Not none. Now, I was thinking about that episode Scorpion. Let me tell you how that negotiation would have went. Voyager would have been assimilated. Everything that they thought that they would have put in place to stop the Borg from getting that information would have been futile. But the episode was great. That negotiation would have never happened. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, one of the smartest people in Trek canon, Q of the Q Continuum, which on an average normal human day has an IQ of 2005. All right? In his normal Q form, which is infinite knowledge, infinite information, pure omnipotence, told Picard and the crew during that briefing, hey, the Borg are the ultimate users. Q know what he's talking about. He didn't say the Andorians were the ultimate users. He didn't say the Pakla was the ultimate users. He didn't say the Vulcans was the ultimate users. He said the Borg were the ultimate users. He knows what he's talking about. That being said, I've only known two particular people to have ever made Q Apprehensive. I ain't gonna say fearful, but apprehensive. That was Guinan, and that was the Borg. Don't piss off the Borg, he told his son. All right? Now, let's talk about Guinan. Guinan Guinan walked up on Picard in his ready room, told him, I mean, not in his ready room, in his conference room, and was like, yo, dude, check this out. I'm going to need you to kill everybody on the Enterprise C. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the time you in ain't right. I'm not going to give you no proof, but I need that shit done. Oh, no, yeah. Tasha dead. And he did it with no proof. No proof. Think about the type of person Guinan must be to convince Picard or something like that. Yo, man, look, I done told you what you need to do. All you got is your faith in me to do it. I'm out. And he did it. Guinan could see when time is wrong, and they were scared of the Borg. Okay? They were scared of the Borg. Her people were scattered by the Borg, which means the Borg have assimilated Guinan's species. A species that Q is apprehensive about. All right? Which means they know everything that each one of the people in Guinan's species know. Each one of the people. So that's you, everybody in your house, people next door, people on the whole block, people in the town, people in the city village, people in the whole continent, everybody on the whole planet, and if you guys inhabit any lunar bodies or any other celestial bodies, them too. All of their knowledge. Now, Borg nanites. Come on, let's get on with it. The Borg nanites. The Borg nanites. What are nanites? Microscopic machines. Nanotech. All right? These things get into you, use your mass to replicate themselves, to produce Borg implants, and change and link your brain to the Borg net. Only one immune system out of 8,471 species has ever been able to reject these Borg nanites. Oh yeah, these nanites not only get into you, but they get into all your stuff too and start turning that Borg. All right? So think of it this way. You fighting the army of the dead in Game of Thrones. You see what happened? Everybody who died, the king decided to raise everybody up. Now they belong to him. And now they know how to get through your wall and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Imagine fighting zombies. You send your people out there all gung-ho. Some of them get bit up by the zombies. Now they zombies start biting everybody else. But think of it even deeper than that. These zombies then taught all the other zombies about your strengths and weaknesses. Oh yeah, how to get around your weapons. So now you got to fight them hand in hand and they way stronger than you. Come on. Oh yeah, and if they touch you, their tubules will infect you with the nanites. Tubules. The tubules can penetrate any armor, any type of known material, and any type of energy barrier, shielding, all that kind of stuff. And the only species able to not have that done, species 8472. All right? So, think of all the types of shield technology that all these various thousands of species then had. All these phaser frequencies and technologies and energy discharge and disruptive technologies that they had. Which is why they adapt so quick. Adaptability. Like I said, if you're a technologically advanced race, you're going to be using in Trek universe some type of disruptor, some type of laser, some type of phaser, all right, some type of energy discharge weapon, all right. I don't care how many frequencies you go through, how many times you rotate them, all the speeds that you try to handle. You will never kill more than 9 Borg with your weapon. If they know about your weapon, you're not going to kill none of them. They would have adapted to it already. Okay? The only weakness that the Borg have, I've only known 2. That's kinetic weaponry, which is bullets, knives, piercing type kinetic weapons, All right, which I said you don't really want to get close to them because the tubules and nanites. All right. Oh yeah, and they breathe in space. They could stay frozen and reanimate later. They could take your technology, make it better than the ones you got, almost instantly. All right. So look, the Borg are no joke. The Borg are no joke. They tried to replicate them in another series, SG1, the replicators. All right. But the Borg are no joke. Now, these are the people. Oh, yeah, I didn't get into their ships. Borg ships, Borg technology. All right. Borg have two types of vessels: cubes, spheres. There is two exceptions that I know of. Three exceptions to this that I know of. All right. That was the shuttle that the Borg was manipulating from Enterprise, which was a great episode to me. There was the vessel that the Renegade Borg that was under Lore's control had designed. All right. And there was like this almost photon torpedo looking type Borg ship that was, I believe, in Voyager. But your typical Borg vessels are your spheres. They come in normal and tactical. All right. And you have the spheres, normal and tactical. Now, in Trek canon, they've only ever sent one cube into the Alpha Quadrant for a reason, which goes back to Voyager. If they had sent any more than that, there would be no more Federation. We know that the Borg can send way more than that. If you remember this episode in Voyager where it was this guy who had pretended to be on a Federation starship, but, well, I ain't gonna get it. Anyway, his species, he was pissed off basically at Janeway for letting the Borg win the battle with species A472. And their species, as a result, their species was assimilated. But in the flashback, did you see how the Borg surrounded their system? Think about how many cubes it takes to surround an entire solar system. If the Borg wanted to, they're going to come strong. They're going to come with what they need. They're going to start efficiently and effectively. Outside work in. If they really wanted to assimilate you in your culture, they would do so with very, very few survivors. They're very efficient. Okay? So, these are the types of people. Oh, I'm sorry. They don't have your typical shielding. They have some type of static discharge shielding, some type of electric static shielding. They have tractor beams that can capture and hold a ship while the ship was traveling at full impulse. And I believe once it warped. Okay, that's pretty strong. These tractor beams also double and come with cutting beams, very effective cutting beams that will slice your ship apart. These tractor beams drain your shields. They drain your energy. They dampen your energy reserves. Okay. Firing at the Borg ship is just as effective as firing at a Borg itself. All right. The ship will adapt. The ship repairs itself on the fly, repairs the damage that's happening. Okay. While it's still fighting you, while it's still chasing you, and they are relentless, and they will continue. Just like Q said, they will continue. They will battle through. They will battle through your defenses. They will weaken down your offenses. They will go through all of that, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And that's the only reason they survived, because Q flicked them away. All right. So they have beaming technology that just like the Federation has, but it's a lot more effective. All right. They have it looks like disruptor type blasts, but I think it's some type of static discharge blast that they use. Okay. But very effective. The Borg are awesome. Now, think of the damage that this one cube did to the Federation by only assimilating one of his captains. Not an admiral, not somebody from Central Intelligence, Starfleet Intelligence, not from, no. They just got the flagship captain. And think of the damage that Locutus did. Wolf 359 coming through Mars defenses and made it all the way to orbit of Earth. And what nobody could do about it. Think about all the information the Borg had to do that just from one assimilation. They didn't assimilate everybody on Enterprise. They beamed over there, stole Picard, and ran off. And knew everything about them. What none of the ships could do. With one cube. Now, these are the types of people that's going to be going against the Dominion. So please stay tuned for part 2 of the video, where we will talk about the Dominion, their customs, courtesies, how they stack up, and their technology and everything like that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, peace, recycle, and say the whales. I make this shirt look good, baby.